equal mc square.
I wanted to ask, for students, especially in high school, do you think it's a better way to learn physics in, suppose, a classroom level, or just or work more practically? Like not just lab experiments every month or something, but...
No, of course, working more practically is always better, but the only thing is that you should have the correct skill and opportunity for that. Okay? So that is important, and because still, another thing is still our assessment is more on theory till now. Even if you look at IB, 80% theory, 20% practical, right? So that way you cannot avoid the theory as well, okay, as long as the assessment pattern changes.
That's the sad part. Yeah, actually on that note, so do you think that we should be prioritizing more theory, or we should have?
No, I think you should prioritize more practical, because now we basically, the age is coming where you need to compete with the AI, right? So you need to have more application mind rather than remembering facts. But of course, to apply it, you have to be sound in your subject. That is also correct. So without doing the subject, you cannot apply it. So maybe it's have to have more fine balance between the two.
Biran, you want to ask the next question?
Yeah, so in our previous episode, we asked Chris what's the lab. He said if he struggled.
Yeah, I think I answered that question already, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, no, so like in bachelor's then? Like we know you're studying for masters. So
In bachelor's, I had an amazing teacher where I would go for tuitions. Yeah, because in our college, no teacher we understood properly, and there are a lot of distractions. In college level, you know how it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So I came from a kind of small town to a bigger town to go for my college. There were and I was in a mess. Mess means, you know, when you don't get the hostel, sometimes because the seats are limited, you hire private houses, 10 or 15 of you stay together. And what happens when 10, 15 of you in an age of 20, 21 stay together in a house where no one has to supervise, then you don't study, you do all other stuff. Okay, so that's what we did in first 3 years of BSc, and then we had no other choice to go for a tuition, but the teacher was so good. And probably he was one of them who developed my interest in physics or more after 10 plus 2. He was an amazing teacher, but he was not the teacher from our college. He was a teacher from the next college, some other college in the same city. But he was a super teacher.
So like you went to everything?
Yeah, and we didn't have to go to anywhere else except him. He was all in one.
So basically he's a David from back in
So he obviously liked.
And again, because of course, for small things, we used to go to senior second because hostel was close to us.
Yeah.
So you obviously liked physics, but what were some subjects in school that you did not like?
I did not like.
Yeah.
I did not like history. The reason that I had to write a lot.
Similar.
I feel it.
So much writing, you know, like my hands will pain, still I couldn't finish them. And you know, after writing everything, you will get 7 out of 50. Why? Because that more than that I cannot do. In physics, in history, no one knows. That's what the teachers will say.
It's the same in our experience also.
Conversely, if you hadn't done physics, what subject would you have done?
Maths.
Pure maths?
I still like. I used to teach pure maths in Bangladesh, right?
That's nice.
Oh really?
I taught 2 years.
So
There was a problem with the teacher, so I taught 2 years pure maths in Bangladesh. Like the batch I started, I sent them off. But next year they got a good teacher, but and you know, he was so good that maths teacher of Bangladesh, one of the teacher I have seen, I really appreciate him. And he is still teaching in that school. Student used to say that he doesn't do maths, he draws maths.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was such a good teacher. If you go to his class, the ways of the draws, the graphs and the things he will draw was amazing. His boardwork I never forget.
Boardwork. So that's like that's
like artistry in the board. The way
Seriously, no,
how you not actually understand how person can draw or sketch graph in board with such accuracy.
Wow. So like that's actually interesting. I don't know about the viewers, but I think for us at least, like we haven't really heard the word boardmanship.
Like boardwork is a thing, it's not a term for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now it's more like
Type
actual,
of-
right? So, but yeah, of course, when I was working in Bangladesh, like 2000 to 2008, that time the technology is not developed that much. We started using projectors around 2006. Before that, it was the OHPs. Remember the overhead projectors? We have transparent.
It's like what you see in the films with the appearance. Yeah.
So, if you were given the opportunity to teach mathematics in our school today, would you take it?
Of course, yes, why not? But there are so many maths teachers. Why I want to get into that?
Imagine that now. Would you teach them?
I'll teach, but not maybe IB maths. I'm not very confident the way people suffer looking at. But of course, IGCSE maths I can handle. Yeah.